The bird flapped its yellow feathers. Its eerie, bright blue eyes glared at me. It squawked 6 times, then it jumped back inside the clock. The little door slid shut. It's not alive, Michael, Dad said, laughing. It sure is real looking, though, isn't it? Wow. You bird brain, Tara teased. You were scared of a cuckoo clock. She reached out and pinched me. Done. Perfect. It's perfect. Did it get picked up on here?
I hope so. I should have held it closer.
Done. All right, good. I'm going to get a tissue. Listen to it.
You can't scare me. Not with the basement of botany. Maybe a sentient townie. Calling all creep.
Boo, dudes. Welcome to Calling All Creeps, podcast about Goosebumps. I'm Pignut, and I'm here with my friend Woody Pooh. Pooh, what's going on?
Get that honey.
Getting that honey? Do you get your hand stuck in the jar again?
Get my big ass stuck in your wall, rabbit.
That sounds like a glory hole situation.
We ate so much breakfast food.
Yeah, we got brunch today.
Yeah, and it's affecting my body in different ways. I'm getting sleepy.
Yeah.
How's it affecting yours? I think we heard in the intro.
I'm having some rumblies, but I feel okay. It was good. Yeah, I had a big thing of pancakes and some breakfast tacos, so feeling it.
I had a big old waffle chopped with some
Nanners.
Yeah, some nanners
Look
that were
good.
caramelized nanners.
Hell yeah.
They're like fried up a little. Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Oh, baby.
Oh, baby.
So now we are all carved up to do this marathon show.
I want to take a nap.
Yeah. Yeah, actually the opposite. We're both crashing.
Yeah.
And The Hobbit is on silent in the background.
Is this the first one? What part is this?
This is Desolation of Smaug.
Oh, so they're going to decimate that guy? Oh, I like their helmets. They're ugly as hell.
I forget this. I love Lord of the Rings, as I was telling you earlier. This series was kind of like okay, not great. I forget which one is like the most watchable one. It might be this one.
Everyone's got real nice hair.
Yeah, everyone looks beautiful.
Speaking of everyone looking beautiful,
R.L. Stein, ooh baby, breathtaking.
took my breath away.
Yeah, when he put that top hat on his mole. And it did like the frog dance from the WB11. I loved it. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my skin tag.
Let's get this over with. Cuckoo Clock of Doom. Book 28.
What year is this?
95.
What month is this?
February.
Happy Valentine's Day, Dave.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Yep.
Which it's only a month away right now for in real life.
Is. You know
real
what
life month away.
comes out on Valentine's Day?
What?
My wiener.
Oh,
You know what else comes out?
what?
My balls. You know what else comes out?
What?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
And your wiener and balls are coming out because you're watching Sonic the Hedgehog,
That's
right? Mm-hmm. No. You know what else comes out of your wiener? We won't say because it is still No Nut 2020.
That's right.
No,
You can't talk about this stuff.
No January.
Whoa. Whoa. Now we're going to have to do some overtime. Bleeping that out. Oh, mamma mia. Yeah, this is the No Centennial.
I like that name way better.
Cool.
We're using too many excrement words, so we're getting rid of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, we never say this is a podcast about children's literature.
That's right, baby.
Calling All Creeps, where we go book to book in all of R.L. Stein's grand
Oh,
opuses.
my God. What is this, 28?
This is 28 out of 62, and we're still doing it. We're going to give you guys a play-by-play on the plot. We read them so you don't have to. And then we're going to do a literary review.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to break down the good writing, the bad writing, and then a little bit after. Mm-hmm. So first, let's do some time and place. So it's February of 1995. Top movie?
Go.
It looked like, beginning of the month, it was going to be Adam Sandler's Uncut Gems.
Sweet.
Just
Yeah.
kidding. Billy Madison.
One of my faves all time.
Classic. But it was beaten out by a Brady Bunch movie.
Really?
Yeah, weird, right?
More like Borophyll.
Stop looking at me, you swan.
Ah, shit. This funny movie is my bag, baby.
So the number one song for this month is Creep by TLC.
Ah, yes, TLC. That goes, I'm a creep.
Nope.
I'm a weirdo.
On February 7th, for
What
time
the
and
hell am I?
On February 7th, Shania Twain releases her second album and Billboard Album of the Year, The Woman in Me.
Let's go, girls. Yeah, whatever. Shania Twain's cool.
If you're into pegging, then this album's title means way more to you than...
Yes.
Yeah.
Which one had Man, I Feel Like a Woman on it?
I think this one,
Okay.
The Woman in Me.
Makes sense.
And the other big news, on February 20th, What a Cartoon launches on Cartoon Network.
What a
And it was called What a Cartoon. It was a show that would premiere different new cartoons, and it would be a short, like a bunch of different shorts. And this is where the pilot for Powerpuff Girls came out, which was called Meet Fuzzy Lumpkins. That was the first episode. And this kind of spawned all of the cartoons that came from Butch Hartman, Craig McCracken, Gendy Tarakovsky, and Seth MacFarlane. So this really started up like all of the cartoons of the late 90s, early 2000s spawned from this moment. You ever watch Powerpuff Girls?
No.
No. Well, I mean, from this team, this is where Powerpuff Girls came from. Gendy Tarakovsky did Dexter's Lab, but later did Samurai Jack, and then did that badass Clone Wars animated, and then did Hotel Transylvania.
Oh, 1 through 3?
1 and 2, I believe. Or maybe just 1. I don't know.
Okay.
But pretty good. All right. So that's our time and place.
Wow.
That's what happened in that
Feels
time.
good.
I remember those times.
The 95s?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember my parents got a Plymouth Chrysler minivan. Wood paneling. Navy
Sick.
blue otherwise.
Sick.
Brand new. Cloth interior.
I think at one point we had a Honda Odyssey. But I feel I'm finally wearing my Apple Watch again, and
You got
it's
a wearable on.
ruining this episode.
Is that an OG? That's your first one?
OG, number 1.
How's it going with that?
It's going.
Going
I just use
strong?
it for like telling time and hockey scores. So
Okay. And it can do that.
it sure can.
Yeah, what else happened in 95? Of course, we had a garden hose attached to the house. And a basketball hoop in the driveway.
Same.
There was a shed. One time, there was a bird in the bushes, and a neighbor's cat attacked the bird, and the bird couldn't get away, and it was hurt. And I took the bird and put it in a cage or box or something and tried to nurse it back to health, and then we let it go. I don't know if it was better, but I pretended like it was.
There's only one way to find out. Bird, if you're listening.
Yeah, hit us up. How I Learned to Fly is coming up, so you could listen to that episode.
Or you can be on it.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that like a Foo Fighters song?
Yeah. But it's not the best, the best, the best, the
of
best.
me.
So this book, a couple special things about the book.
Mm-hmm.
It has been reprinted multiple times, and every time they need to change the date, being that it is about clocks.
Yes.
So we learn little sister Tara's birthday, and it's 1988, which is when I was born. And because she's supposed to be the little sister, and this book is updated, they keep moving it up. So she remains
Do you
little.
think it's Tara Reid?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I talk about her boob job in one of the newer ones.
I knew it.
Well, actually, I can go to this fact. It's not Tara Reid because, as legend has it, R.L. Stine was at a book signing, and a little girl named Tara asked if she could be in a book. And he's like, sure, I'll name a character Tara. And she says, if you do put me in a book, can I be really bad?
Oh.
And that's why Tara, in this book, the little sister, is just fucking awful.
She's irredeemable. There's
really
no
is.
love there.
And it was all because one little girl just like, R.L. Stine, make me imaginary and make me a bitch. Make
Yeah.
me terrible.
Yeah.
Make me the worst person.
And she is. There's no like brotherly, sisterly connection between them. It's just like pure
It's like
vitriol.
the problem child.
Yeah.
She's problem childing left and right.
And it culminates in a pretty fun way by the end.
Which we don't give away too
Put
much.
a pin in it.
Yeah, let's put a pin in that.
Okay, we'll pin it.
We'll pin it. The Woman in Me.
The Woman in Me. Do you think that's a response to Bob Dylan's song The Man in Me?
Probably.
Could be a reference.
Yeah. Well, that started the whole big controversy between the two of them and all the fighting.
Yeah, the fist fighting.
Yeah. I saw that on, what was that, like Rap Beefs? Remember that show on like VH1?
Yeah, I used to call it Beefins. I was like, let me get another episode of Beefers.
That's what I call genitalia. And so in the 1995 and 2003 editions, Michael used an encyclopedia for his homework.
Yes.
In the 2015 edition, he went to the den to do research on the internet. And Michael tells his dad that he can't take the whole encyclopedia to his room in 1995 and 2003. While in the 2015 edition, he's like, Dad, I need the internet for my homework.
Yeah, I need to use Lycos, and I need it now.
I need to go online and look at a GeoCities GIF
so
I can jerk off.
I need to slowly download and print out pictures.
This book makes 3 cameos in different Give Yourself Goosebumps, Choose Your Own Adventure books. The clock is seen in Arlstein's basement in the first Goosebumps movie. And while Arlstein lists this as one of his faves, we also know that he basically told us in his Q&A, he just lists off any one as his favorite because he could give a shit.
That's true, and that's why we admire him.
We love him for his just nonchalant...
His indifference.
Guy shoots from the hip and doesn't even care if he hits. He's just...
That's right.
He doesn't like shoot from the hip and never miss. He just shoots from the hip because lifting it is... Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, and his hips are not in great shape. He's an old guy.
He's an older man.
Yeah.
Don't throw stones in a glass house.
Yep. What are some other adages we can think of for an hour and a half? This guy has a unibrow. We're still watching The Hobbit. Fish barrels. So this plot, there's Michael. He's 12, of course. For the birthday that he's turning 12.
Yeah.
And Tara, his little sister, who's like a few years younger. I don't know.
Can I give a description of his character?
Sure.
On page 2, he says, "My mouth is normal size."
That's right.
So
I remember that.
I think that paints a perfect picture of this.
Yeah.
He's a 12-year-old. His mouth is a normal size.
Maybe you were wondering, what's his mouth like?
Yeah.
It's normal.
It's normal. Sorry to get your hopes up.
Yeah, he's not a clown.
Oh, this gaping maw? No, it's just normal.
He's just a normal old mouth. But he and Tara have a fraught relationship. She's playing pranks right away, doing stuff that I don't remember. All kinds of jokes.
Her jokes are just like mean. It's just like, I'm going to tell mom and dad that you hit me.
Yeah, you do kind of feel bad for Michael because it's always like Tara does something shitty and then Michael gets yelled at.
So most of the beginning of this book is just him listing off terrible things that she has done to him.
Yeah. But then pretty quickly in the first chapter, we get right to it, which I appreciated, which was his dad brings home this cuckoo clock. And he says, I've had my eyes on it for years, like 15 years. He's wanted this clock because it's by his work in this antique shop. And he passes it and he's like, one day. And it's apparently very expensive.
And there's a flaw.
So the owner of the antique shop lowered the price and said, or like he wouldn't sell it initially. And then he said, okay, I'll sell it because he was being cagey and he was like, there's a flaw in here somewhere. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's imperceptible as far as they could see.
And he wouldn't sell it. But when he saw the flaw, he's like, all right.
You can have it.
Yeah. And the reason I wasn't going to sell it is because a wizard made it.
That's right.
And this is not us being hyperbolic. He's just like, yeah, a German wizard did it.
Yeah.
It's a German wizard. I was going to read the German wizard part in the beginning, but then you farted. And I gave up reading.
Yeah, his name was like Gandalfsteinen.
Yeah.
Right? It was Amstel. Is the name of the wizard?
Actually, there's no... It just says,
name.
The legend has it, the man who built this clock had magical powers. He put a spell on the clock. They said that if you know the secret, you can use the clock to go back in time.
I think it was Morgred.
It was probably Morgred. Speaking of which, really, RLS? We were talking about how, a time travel book, something fresh and new.
2 in a row.
Last week, 2 time travel books back to back.
Come on.
At least put some space in there, man. It's like when you're making a playlist, you don't put both bangers back to back. You got to space them out. Track 3 and 7.
Everyone knows this.
Come on.
Yeah. It's a time travel book.
It's a time travel book.
You can kind of end it there.
Pretty much. And then he's just like, yeah, it's time travel. My sister got me in trouble. Oh, they're not supposed to touch the clock. The size of this clock makes no sense because the next day Tara goes inside of the clock and pops out and scares him.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, what is the scale of this clock? And then not to give anything away, but at the end when he's like very short, this kid is very short. He like fixes the problem by touching the top of the clock.
By standing on a chair?
Yeah, it's like, how tall is this thing? What is the scale?
Is it just a wide clock? Like a good wide clock?
Yeah, I don't know.
You can fit like a 7-year-old inside of this clock.
No one knows. Yeah, it's 1 foot tall. It's 10 feet tall. Who fucking knows?
She pops out of the front, just like, boo, I'm in the clock.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Whatever.
He fucks the clock.
He sure does.
Yep.
He's got a cuckoo cock.
I like that. The simplicity of it is good.
That's great. So he's just like, I'm in trouble now because she jumped out of this clock. And let me list off all the ways she's been mean to me recently. It was my birthday. And so he got a bike.
That's right.
It's like a 12-speed bike.
Yeah, it sounds nice.
It's jet black.
Jet black. It's cool.
Glossy.
Yep.
She's like, I want it. Just whips it to the ground. Scrapes it up real good. Right off the bat.
Yeah, and he gets real pissed. He also is not very appreciative of the bike in general. He never says thank you.
No, he doesn't. And also, like, he's like, it's ruined. Now I can never ride it because it got scratched.
Yeah, it's like,
calm down.
Relax.
But
his birthday party's going on, and he has some babes over, and he has a crush on Mona.
Oh, yeah.
And but his experience with them because of Tara throughout the day, it's just a series of embarrassments
from the top to the bottom. All day she's just ripping down crepe paper.
Yeah, it's like, wasn't there? Oh, was it? I think it was. This is separate from the party, but a couple days before the party, they're all gonna do a play at school together.
Yeah,
and when the girls come over to rehearse, they're like, hey, put on your frog costume because it's like Frog and the Prince or some shit like that.
But he wanted to be the frog because the frog gets to kiss the princess.
Smart.
Yeah.
So also creepy. So he goes to his room because they insist that he wears his frog costume and try it on. And, he's up there putting it on. And Tara comes up leading the girls up and pushes open the door, and he's like, look, he's in his undies.
Yeah. So
and
she's
he's embarrassed.
Like, check out my brother's hog.
Yeah. He's wearing tighty whities.
Oh, he totally is.
90s, young kid. Absolutely.
In the 90s, I think I had tighty whities that were like different colors too.
Yeah. Me too.
Like they'd have like a white band, but they'd be like green.
Right. And then I didn't like hear about boxers until like 6th grade.
Yeah. I went to middle school and they were like, they were just like, your mom, what are you? A gay guy? And I was like, what? Like everything changed.
Yeah.
I was like, what about my mom? And also, what is gay? Like I was so confused.
Right.
I was like, homosexuality, what does that have to do with anything? They're like, whoa, we're not calling you like a homosexual. No way. We just think that you are gay. And what that means is, and I was just like, middle school sucks.
Middle school sucks so
this
bad.
Is taking a turn for the worst.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of, this one goes out to Peter Martin, someone I went to high school with.
Oh.
Since we're watching The Hobbit, in Mrs. Peto's 6th grade English class.
Unfortunate name.
We were reading The Hobbit, and I whispered to him, I said, hey, the main character of this book, switch the B's to D's.
That's right.
And he out loud said, dildo? What's a dildo? And we got in trouble. That is the first time I got in trouble in middle school.
The joke is right there.
It is.
Come on.
But he didn't know what a dildo was because we were just like, I probably heard about it from some other jerk.
Yeah, South Park.
I learned this is terrible. I learned the word on the bus to school because these kids in the back, the bad kids, that were like constantly in trouble, they're either dead or in jail for sure. These kids.
Yeah.
They said that anytime a guy is around a hot girl a lot, you'll see white on the front of his pants, because when a guy's around a hot girl a lot, that's the on their pants.
Okay.
And I was told this as like a fresh-eyed 6th grader going to middle school.
Right. So then the understanding is anytime you're around an attractive woman, you just automatically.
Yes, that's what I was told as science fact on my way. And the worst part too is I don't think they were like leading me on. They were like acting cool about it.
They thought, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I originally.
Real quick, I'm going to search this kid and see if he's dead.
Okay. I have two bus stories. Well, one is a bus story, one is not. One is when I originally heard about masturbation, I thought that you like rolled your dick like I don't know, like you're trying to make like a snake out of Play-Doh, you know? Or like you're trying to make a fire with a stick.
Okay.
Like you just roll it between your hands.
Like you got to sand it off.
Yeah. And the second thing is I was on the bus and I was talking to somebody and I didn't know what an ass was. So I did like the Degeneration X thing over my penis and I said, suck my ass. And the guy said, your ass is up there. So then I jokingly, I put my arms behind me, and I did the Degeneration X on my ass. And if you don't know what that is, that's like you cross your arms, so it makes an X. And Degeneration X was a troupe of wrestlers in the 90s. And then I did suck my ass on the back.
So you would do that back on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's when I learned what an ass was, and I confirmed where it was. It is not, in fact, your dick or your pussy. It is your ass. Your back.
All right.
Is that guy alive?
Can't find him.
Okay, so he's dead.
Probably. I'm looking him up right now on Facebook, and nothing's coming up, so might be dead.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, R.I.P.
If he died, it was probably in some unsavory way. He was not a good guy. Yeah, I think he's dead. Anyway.
Okay.
So that happens. She tells Mona that he likes her. The boys go to see his brand new bike and they're like, what happened? Is it a used bike? Like it's already scratched.
Yeah.
Which is another thing about middle school. They, like if you didn't have like designer clothes or like name brand things, you were like made fun of.
I thought Tommy Hilfiger was really cool in middle school.
I remember if you didn't have a Fossil watch, like you were a nerd. And I was like, really? I didn't want to watch. I'm like, I don't want to wear a watch. I don't give a shit.
I also had an Old Navy tech vest.
Oh, totally had an Old Navy tech vest. We need to get some Old Navy tech vests.
Men now wear vests, and I am not on board with it.
Unless they're tech, I don't want it.
Like, I think it's a mistake. Like, I think it's still embarrassing.
I'm still looking to see if this kid is alive.
Okay. Well, so, he gets caught in his tighty whities by the girl he likes. Then at his party, a bunch of shit happens to him. Like, Tara trips him, so he falls face first into his cake. Mona is laughing hysterically at him. What else happens to him? Just like a bunch of embarrassing shit.
Currently texting my older brother to see if this kid is dead or in jail. I was like, just wondering. So all this happens, and basically he's just like, you know what? Fuck birthdays. I wish my sister was never born.
Yeah.
If I had one birthday wish, it would be that she is dead.
Yeah. And we're like, oh, is this going to be a be careful what you wish for situation?
I think it's going to be careful what you wish for. That's what I was feeling.
Yeah.
Deep in my bones.
But what he does is he concocts a plan to get back at Tara.
Because Tara never gets called on her shit.
No.
Ever. Anytime, like, basically, she could put on, like, pointy shoes and kick holes in, I already forgot his name.
Michael?
In Michael's butt cheeks. Just deflate his cheeks.
We've switched roles today.
Yeah, I was going to call him Anthony. I have no idea why.
Just go for it. That's the secret, is just say whatever name comes to mind.
And still nothing.
Yeah.
Like in one chapter, she spits into his open eye, and his dad yells at him for it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, don't have such spittable eyes, you prick.
Yeah, you fucking idiot.
So the one thing is that dad is very protective over his clock.
Yes.
And he saw her playing with it. So he's like, if I fuck with this clock, I could blame it on my sister.
Right. So this is a surefire thing. It's like, we know the precedent is set. Like, do not touch the clock. I can say Tara touched it. Boom. Got her.
Cuckoo clock starts doing as it does and does the cuckoos.
It comes out 10 times. Is that typical?
It comes out how many times?
Oh, the hour?
Of the hour.
Okay. It's kind of cool. Like, I kind of dug... I haven't thought of a cuckoo clock since the last time I held this book, which was like 25 years ago.
One of my ex-girlfriend's dads had 2 cuckoo clocks.
Really?
Yeah.
Functioning?
Yeah. And one had like a chain. You needed to like pull the chain all the way down so it would keep it like moving. It was pretty cool. One had like the whole housing and the other one was like a freestanding cuckoo clock.
Okay.
I don't know why. He was a weird dude. He was very into cuckoo clocks.
That is a weird thing to be into.
This is the dad who accidentally... I don't think you could do this accidentally. It had to be on purpose. He wiped his ass with a Clorox wipe.
Dave just told me this during brunch.
He wiped his ass with a Clorox wipe. And because the alcohol sucks straight into your body from your butthole, because everyone's butthole is an alcoholic. You just don't know it yet. It's just been clean for many years. He passed out.
It's not even alcohol. It's like chemicals.
Yeah. So he like Cloroxed his blood and literally just went face first down into the tile
so
after wiping his own
scary.
asshole.
And that's not a thing you mistake.
He's fine. He didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
He's fine. It wouldn't be funny.
We all know
if he got hurt.
that ass wipes come in like little tissue box type of things, plastic tissue boxes.
Yeah.
And Clorox wipes are in a tube.
And it's got a yellow or teal top. And
Yes.
it says Clorox huge.
Indeed, yes.
And then on the back, huge in giant Comic Sans with a 30-point stroke in yellow, it says, "Don't put this on your butthole."
Yeah. What a fucking idiot.
It's Mr. Clean just going,
Anyway.
I tried it once.
Back to my Tide Pods.
Huh? That was a hearty lap.
So he's like, all right, I'm going to set up this clock so that it looks like Tara fucked with it. What can I do? Cuckoo clock comes out.
And
Little
he's
bird.
like, fuck this bird.
Yes.
Instantly, quickly grabs the bird
That's right.
and snaps its fucking neck.
Exorcists it.
Yep.
Turns the head around. Do you get some news? Get an update?
No idea, actually. Either is possible, but he's definitely not someone I stayed in touch with. With a few years ago, I thought I saw that he was still alive and lived in blank crappy town near where he grew up or something, and he had a kid or 2. Oh no!
Oh,
he's alive and there's more of them.
They're going to tell you more anecdotal stories.
His kid's gonna know so much about.
Yeah. Do you think he got somebody pregnant because he was standing near them?
No, she shoved his entire pants up her birth canal.
Yeah.
Man, we're gonna have to edit so much on this, and I feel bad. I'm gonna sit with you and do it. I feel real bad.
It's fine. We'll sort through it. Oh, no. All right. Hobbit juice. So
That's fine. That one's okay.
yeah,
That one checks out.
Hobbit juice is fine.
Hobbitses.
The Hobbitses. Do you ever hear my Gollum impression? I've done it for you, right?
You have.
Okay.
You've done it a lot. I like you, so I'm fine with that. But like, when people say like, I can, okay, my number one pet peeve when people are like, you want to hear me do like
X impression.
No, but it's certain ones. The worst is Pokemon impressions.
Pokemon impressions. Oh, you could just say like Pikachu.
They're like, I could sound just like this Pokemon.
Oh.
I've heard that since elementary school. Of course, the frequency of it since then has gone down.
Yeah.
But anytime that happens, that's my ultimate cringe moment. It makes my whole body make a fist. I hate it. I hate it.
You want to hear my Bill Clinton impression?
Yes.
Hey, Dave.
You want to hear my Robert Nixon impression?
Yeah.
Or a Squirtle.
Hey. Hey, Dave. You want to take a ride in the Lolita Express? Don't get too close. I'll jizz the front of my pants. And I'll make you pregnant, my little pig nut.
Oh, man. I feel like we're going to throw up awful.
Okay.
We've gotten none of this book done.
No. Yeah, we're like in chapter 2.
Anyway, but the whole book repeats. So by turning the head backwards, it means time's traveling backwards. So the next day he wakes up and it's his birthday. And he's just blown away because he's surprised that he's getting the bike for the second time. And he thinks they just buffed out the scratch. Then Tara comes and just fucks it up again. So gets the scratch and then realizes slowly that it is indeed his birthday again. And he is going through the same thing.
Isn't this a dumb movie that came out recently? Happy Death Day to You or whatever? Where like,
no, but that was a fucking ripping Alien Ant Farm song from that first album.
Really?
Yeah.
Death Day?
Yeah.
To you?
It's like, Happy Death Day to you.
That's very stupid.
Yeah, it's a good song.
We're
We're going to listen to it after old jam.
Okay.
Jam out.
I just watched Sum 41 had like a reunion show at some fucking festival and they played Fat Lip and it was good.
I had this dream a couple nights ago that you were playing at like a music festival and you needed people to back you up. So it was me, and the only people you asked was like me and Dave Mombert, friend of the show, who was on Deep Trouble episode.
Dave.
And you were like, Dave is playing drums, and you need to play along with you need to play keyboards.
Dave Mombert was playing drums?
Yeah, he does not play drums.
Dave, you got to learn drums.
You got to learn drums. And I was like, but I know how to play drums. Why do you got to make me play keyboard? And you're like, it's just going to work that way. And it was like the day of, and we're waiting to go. And I was like, Matt, what keyboard? And you're like, I don't have one. So we were at like, we had to go to like a pawn shop to figure out what they had. And all they had for some reason was like a Nintendo branded keytar, but it was tiny.
Oh, that's cool.
But it was like the size of like this iPad, like wide. So it was like small. So it only had like one set of keys, and I played it, and you were like, perfect, man. And I was like, I don't know any of the songs. And you're like, no, dude, it's going to be great. It's going to be perfect.
Hell
and
yeah.
I was very nervous because I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, what notes are they? And you're like, you figure it out, dude. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
Dude, you know Perline.
And I was so nervous. And then the next morning I woke up and thought about it. And I was like, did Nintendo ever make a keytar? Because I own a keyboard that they made back when. And they never did, and I got really upset.
Oh,
Nintendo, get at me. Make this.
They
so we
did
can
make like a keyboard, though, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah.
And it played with an NES cart, and you can learn to play piano.
That's cool.
We never had an NES, so I think my parents got rid of the NES cart, but I have the full keyboard and all the stuff, but it's not worth anything pretty much without that game, which sucks.
One of those devastating things.
It's just something, I mean, it would be in my collection, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
But I have a keytar. Get at me.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Right on.
Right on, guys. So, so he goes through the same day, and he's like, wait a second, I know how this ends, so I'll stop it. But he gets these urges to basically control himself, but to do the things that already happened. It's like destiny is set in motion.
Yeah, he's being like driven to perform the function, like how the day unfolded. He's like driven to do it exactly the same way.
Yeah.
That it was done.
Fun fact, you know that this book is actually the inspiration for the movie Donnie Darko?
That's pretty badass.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when we all thought that was really good? Did you like that movie? I liked it.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I watched it more recently. It doesn't hold up.
No, I wouldn't imagine.
It was the inception of its time, but just for like middle schoolers and high schoolers that like to feel ways about stuff.
Yeah, I kept like rewatching that and like Pulp Fiction. And I was like, I don't know. I mean, that movie probably holds up, but
yeah, Pulp Fiction does. So he can't undo time. He's like, oh, I get it. When I carry the cake this time, I'm going to watch where I'm stepping. She's hiding under the table and just like fucking stabs him in the leg or something, and he falls anyway.
yeah. It's sort of like every day is destined to happen the way that it did. And it takes immense energy to try to break the cycle. But he can.
Well, with the frog suit, he's like, okay, I'm going to go. And he locked the door, but he forgot that his lock was broken.
Yeah. He's
and
all
they
turned around.
see his tiny dick anyway.
That's right.
Also, they said it was really cold and his window was open, so there was like a really good breeze.
Yeah.
So that way it was like super tiny. Also, he got out of the pool after being in it way too late.
Yeah.
And it was like even smaller.
It was the pool, Jerry.
It was the pool.
And then the weird thing is he zipped the frog suit all the way up, and there was like this white stain in the front of the frog suit. And I think it's because Mona was so close.
Okay.
And he said, "It's the Jerry."
It's another one we need to edit. We're going to be at this all day.
Elaine, it's the. So anyway,
I love that we're in the living room right now, so producer Chip can get a nap, and we've just been giggling
and shouting
about stuff people told us in middle school.
Yeah, it's good though. Yeah, we got the Hobbit on. Merp is sleeping on my leg. Sun's coming in. My
You just squeak it. You're just like,
my impulse was to say my dick is small or something, and it's like enough.
Enough. Yeah, we haven't even. So, all you need to know about this book is that we learn terrible things that Tara's done, and then we have to learn about them again, and then he goes back in time. Oh, another thing that she did bad is there's like the toughest kid in school who always wears a like Blue Devils Ducat. And
That's right.
They won basketball together, and he saw Tara playing with their bags and stuff.
Yeah.
Stole the guy's favorite hat and put it into his bag.
Yeah.
And the guy just beats the living shit out of him.
Yeah, he's very clear that he gets the shit kicked out of him.
Like double black eyes. He punches every tooth out individually.
Yeah, he gets fucking creamed.
He sure does. Bleep
Yeah.
that out. No, that one's fine.
That one's good.
So he has to relive the beating, but he wakes up earlier. And then one day he wakes up, goes into his classroom, and they're like, "Excuse me, you're a third grader. What are you doing here?"
Yeah, he doesn't recognize any of the kids. And one of the kids is like, what is a third grader doing in our class?
So he realizes that he's aging backwards, ages back to the time he climbed a tree because baby Mona wanted him to, and he broke his arm.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, I need to turn back the clock." Clock wasn't purchased until before or after his 12th birthday.
Yeah.
So it's not in the house.
I will say it was kind of fun to have these little episodic things where like he broke his arm and he remembered like as he was climbing the tree, he's like, wait, wasn't third grade the year I broke my arm? And then the sentence kind of gets cut off and it's like a yell
Thud.
noise.
Yeah.
It's like a comic strip kind of
It is.
humor, but it's kind of fun.
Yeah. And even when he's like 7, he takes the bus to meet his dad, but he's really going to the pawn shop across the road, but it's closed.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
But
and the guy's like, "Aren't you a little young to be on the bus?"
Oh,
and
this
he's
was
like,
great.
"Aren't you a little young to fucking talk to a child? Fuck off."
Yeah, well,
he says his dad let him.
Yeah, right. And that's why the bus driver doesn't question it for some
Yeah.
reason.
He's like, "No, I'm meeting my dad at the office."
But what he says to him is, mind your own business.
Yeah. Because the funny thing about these like little tales is that he's doing the same stuff he did at that age, but with his 12-year-old brain. Because like when he's like going to kindergarten or something, he puts on, he's like, "I laid your clothes out for you," and they're like jeans with like a cowboy on the patch on the back, which is like little kid Jankos.
And then he's like, "Oh, I forgot. When I was 3, I used to love cowboy aesthetic."
Yeah, he's like,
very strange.
"I hate my mom for giving me this, but I hate me more for liking it."
Yeah. He is. There's a fun humor to this book, kind of.
But in the end, he becomes a baby, and that just so happens that day they're going to be buying a table for a dinner party.
Yeah.
And they go to the same place.
Antique shop.
Fights to get to the clock, can get up on a chair. When the cuckoo comes out, he turns his head around, but he has to switch the year on the side. Yeah, there's a little clock on the side with a year.
Yeah.
And he needs to switch it to the current year.
Yeah.
So he's slapping at it, and they're like the owner and everyone's fighting him.
The owner keeps shouting, "Get that baby!"
Yeah, and he slaps the years and slaps it and gets it back, and then there's a white light, and he wakes up, and it's his current time.
That's right.
So this is basically where I restarted the book. I read it early in the week, and then this morning I finished it. Yeah, and you said you like the ending.
I like it because I know R.L. Stein's thing is the twist, but the twist, I think. The argument I would make is that it's bad. The twist is always bad.
Usually is. This one was good.
Because he didn't try to make a twist. It was just sort of like again, it ends with like kind of like comic strip humor, but it doesn't try to do anything in the span of half a page, like totally change the story at the end.
Yeah. So this one was clever and I think thought out.
Yeah. So I appreciated that more.
So do you want to take it from here?
Yeah, so he's back in his current time, and he's going through his birthday party again. But when he gets his bike, no Tara, right? So she doesn't come in, sit on it, knock it over. He actually asks them, like, where's Tara? And they say, like, is Tara somebody you invited to your birthday? I don't remember writing out any Tara invitations. And he's like, okay, weird. I don't know what's going on. He goes to the party. Tara's not there. So he's sort of like a king. Like he stresses that everything goes well because there's no Tara to stop him. And eventually what he notices is in the clock, the flaw of the clock is that the year 1988, the year Tara was born, is missing from the clock. He points this out to his dad, who says, like, oh yeah, good eye, Tiger. And then, he's like, well, he's like, I could go back in time and like try to fix this, which I don't know how. And
you need to like be a baby again and find out the time. Like, so it sounds like the flaw was he, as a baby, knocked the 1988 off.
Okay. He actually did that.
He did it. That's what I was thinking, because they're like, he's slapping it and stuff. And
Yeah.
like trying to get it. So he took off the year that his sister was conceived.
Which is honestly working out for him.
It works out great. And he's just like, you know what? This is actually better. This is his version of going back in time and killing Hitler.
Yes.
But it's like a local Hitler.
Yeah. Small
Which is
time.
ironic because this weapon that he used, the clock, was made by a German wizard.
That's right. And so the book ends basically by Michael's like, I should go back and save Tara. So I might do that someday, maybe.
I thought it was going to end differently. I thought he was going to ask where Tara was. And they're going to say, oh, you have a friend named Tara? That's so strange. We thought if we always had a second kid, we'd name it Tara. And he'd be like, why didn't you have a second kid? And they'd be like, one day at the antique store, you were just the worst fucking kid. And we were like, can't have another one of these. Like,
Yeah.
That's literally how I thought it was going to end.
One day Dad was around Mom and he his pants. And that was...
We're going to be sitting here
that was the last of
the...
the in all his body could produce. He never produced again. Said no Tara.
Oh no, the setting on the clock fell off.
Or like
the bird's dick fell off.
if the bird popped out and it was Tara.
I feel like that happened in the TV show.
Yeah, something weird like
Something
it,
weird like
it has
that.
no meaning.
Yeah,
but it's like just the spectacle is cool.
So in conclusion, Woody Woodpecker, yay or nay?
I'm yay because I don't know enough about him.
Yeah, I just know he's got a silly laugh.
I remember when I was in middle school, I got a Woody the Woodpecker shirt from Kohl's.
That's right.
And I don't know why. Like, you just kind of got stuff. Like, I don't know why I got it.
You were like, this is a graphic tee. Not a lot of those were options to me at that point.
And my dad was like, oh, everybody's going to call you Woody. And I was like, okay. So, meaning like boner, I think.
Little did he know they called you that for another reason.
Yeah. Right.
All right. So what did you like about this book?
So page 1819, I think that's when there's the bike incident. And I think that is a good representation of the relationship between Michael and Tara. Just the frustrating nature, especially for Michael, but then the fraught relationship between an antagonistic brother or sister and, the other party. I just think it was well rendered. Page 21 is an embarrassing moment for Michael. Let's see. Oh, hey, Mona. Tara chirped. Michael really likes you. Mona's eyes widened. He does. My face got red hot. I glared at Tara. I wanted to strangle her right then and there, but I couldn't. Too many witnesses. Mona started laughing. Cece and Rosie laughed too. Luckily, the guys didn't hear this. They were around the CD player, skipping from cut to cut. That was bad. What could I say? I did like Mona. I couldn't deny it. It would hurt her feelings, but I couldn't admit it either. I just like all that to get to. I wanted to die. I wanted to sink through the floor and die. Yeah. I think that's an example of the humor that's used throughout, and it's also relatable to be so thoroughly embarrassed that you just feel overexposed and shitty. Page 79 and also page 99. this is Michael saying it, but it's also the narrative keeps saying that babies are dopey looking. And it's so RL to me. It's like he definitely thinks kids are little idiots.
Yes, he does.
And I think that's funny. Page 75, when he says, Michael, as a 7-year-old, says, mind your own business to the bus driver is funny. After he gets off the bus and Michael's still 7, he wants to get into the antique shop, but it's closed. The owner's away on vacation. So he concocts this plan to go to a construction site next door, get a brick, and break the window.
That's one of my favorite parts.
The whole chapter's so funny.
It's incredible. Yeah. That's the best chapter of the book. I had that too.
The chapter is just about him procuring a brick and going over to break it and like holding it over his head.
The best part too is that like he needs to walk from place to place. So he's like, I tried to act inconspicuous, whistling and stuff. So it's like a 7-year-old dragging a brick and just being like, and then trying to hurl it through a window. So funny.
That was great. Page 94, when he's a baby and he wakes up and he goes, am I in jail? I was like, what the fuck is this? That was stupid.
Oh, wait, we're in good.
Yeah, I know. But I thought it was really, what the fuck? Really funny. I guess it could go in either, but I thought it was funny. So page 98, the diaper change line is funny when he's like, mom had to change him, but he was like, I don't want to talk about that for obvious reasons. I'm not going to tell you about it. And then page 99, he tries to tell his mom, if you don't take me to the antique shop, I'm going to throw myself out of the crib and crack my head open.
Yes.
And that was funny. What do you got?
So I had a lot that you did. Page 19 to 20, I said that he's very horny for Mona. And I think the crush part of it, it's like he doesn't even realize it.
Yeah.
And he's just like, yeah, she was there and she was wearing this. Her friends were there. I had to invite them. Let's move on. She, it's fun that they're saying it all without it's showing and telling, but a little bit more showing, which is good for RL. On page 68, I enjoyed his description of his teacher and how he recognized her. She said that he said, I know that helmet of silver hair anywhere.
Yeah.
Like talking about making fun of an old lady bowl cut, which is really great. On page 69, he mentions Donatello, the Ninja Turtle.
Oh, yes.
Coincidence that it's page 69? I think not. Also on page 69, he notices that kids are picking their noses in like second grade or wherever he
says,
is.
Oh, I forgot kids are so gross.
He's like, gross. I'd forgotten that part of being a third grader.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then, of course, that scene, the whole Mr. Magooing around.
With the brick.
It was really fun.
That was great.
That was fun. So what did you hate?
Bad shit. Surprisingly, I only have a few things. There's just some inconsistency in the beginning. For some reason, the narrative, he calls his mom mother, which is weird. But then he also interchanges it with mom. So like, I don't know what's going on there, but I think the mother thing is weird. Also just unnatural language where he calls playing basketball shooting baskets, which is like shooting hoops. I understand.
Yeah.
Shooting baskets is like a conflation of things.
Cut to cut.
Yeah, cut to cut. Right.
What was
that kind of a thing. Page 32. This is when Michael wants to frame Tara for a clock caper and turns the head around. It kind of upset me that he like fucked up this antique. I didn't really like that. The dad's name is Herman. Didn't like that. And Michael, I know like when you're a kid, obviously you haven't heard of a lot of things and whatever, that's fine, but he'd never heard of deja vu, which I don't know. He seems a little too old.
Yeah, but I think that's like a vocab word for the kids.
Yeah.
Reading, just in case.
And also, he calls the bike that his parents got him stupid because he keeps reliving the day and he's like, I don't want this stupid bike. It's like, it just proves again that he's not grateful for it.
I'll take it.
Yeah. How about you?
So I said that the language was very unnatural and there's a lot of weird things. So including the ones you said, at one point he called somebody a little squirt.
Okay.
Fibbing.
Yeah.
I knew that you were fibbing.
This like a lot of the times RL's grandpa-ness comes through.
Just like we lounged around making trouble.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. There's a lot of bad fragments in this one. I know that's like his style sometimes, but it just like, but it had only one hand. like capital butts, a lot of that kind of thing.
Yeah,
so like
yeah.
little extra fragments onto things.
Right.
Where he's just breaking a sentence in half, and it's not even for dramatic effect or pacing. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
I thought when the cuckoo clock originally for the first time jumps out at him, he freaks out and goes, "It's alive!"
Yeah,
and they're like,
yeah.
"It's just a cuckoo clock. Calm down." Like
Right.
that was stupid. One point, his face is covered in chocolate cake, and they say, "You look like the Hulk," which makes no sense.
I don't understand that at all.
In the 2015 version, they switched it to the Thing,
Okay.
also the Marvel character who's like made out of rocks.
Yeah.
Which closer, I guess. But like
guess.
the Hulk is big and green.
Both bad options.
Both bad options. So they tried to fix it, but still kind of fucking sucked.
Yeah.
So that was just kind of like they knew they fucked up and they just continued anyway. Then there's also, this is like, it has to be an old timey thing. When he gets his shit kicked in from that like strong kid.
Oh, yeah.
It just says, "I'll spare you the blood and gore. Let's just say my clothes didn't fit too well when Kevin got through taking me apart."
Yeah. Is that just like they're torn up or something?
Or I think like he just like his body was so fucked up and misshapen that his clothes didn't. I don't know. It was
yeah.
just like, what does that mean?
Right. There are better ways to say that.
Yeah. Am I in jail? When he wakes up, he's like,
Yeah.
"I'm a baby. Am I in baby jail?" Like, fuck you.
Fuck off.
On page 100, his parents are talking about him, and they're saying like, where is it? They're talking about him being slow.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, "Should we get him tested? He
Yep.
seems slow. My baby's an idiot." And he'd be like, "Wow." And he says like, "Dada." And they're like, "About time he's talking. I thought he was slow. This stupid
Yeah.
idiot kid of mine." Like the dad is very negative about the kid.
And
like,
not realistic because he's one.
He's one, and he's just like, "This kid should be doing other stuff by now.
Yeah.
What an idiot." He's like, "Don't they talk about someone else's baby?" And it's like, "Yeah, they're
Yeah,
2-year-olds doing everything."
They're saying all these sentences and stuff. It's like, all right, fucking relax.
But he's just so down. He's like, "We should get this baby tested. It's slow."
Yeah.
Like it's very, I don't know, bad. And on page 101, Can we discuss this later? Dad says, "I've only got an hour for lunch. If we're going to find a dining room table, we'd better get moving." "You brought it up," Mom sniffed.
Mom sniffed.
Mom sniffed.
Stupid. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it was weird. And then also my book is misprinted, which I didn't see online.
Oh, do tell.
So let's see if you have a misprint too.
Okay.
I doubt you do because mine was very obvious. So if you go to page 44.
Okay.
So mine goes 44, 46,
Oh.
45, 47.
Wow.
So my page 45, 46 is flipped. It should have been bound on this side.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah.
Is that because you have a different print or something?
I have no idea. Unless it
Because that looks like the original book.
is. Unless it fell out and they re-glued it backwards, but it doesn't seem like it was bound on this side, so.
Weird.
Weird, right? Mm-hmm. Weird.
An anomaly.
Or it could have just been because it's from the Belvedere, Illinois Public Library. Last taken out July of 1997. Got this on eBay.
eBay.
All right, so now we do that part, our grand finale ending, which we do every single time. So, top spook and scare, best dressed,
Yep. Alternate title.
as R.L. Stein always likes to discuss what people are wearing.
That's right.
And then our alternate title.
So I didn't do a spook and scare because nothing in this book is obviously scary.
Same.
Dave. But I will say I enjoyed baby Michael trying to climb this cuckoo clock. And it did stress me out to think that his ass would get Benjamin buttoned. So I will say that chapter when he is trying to climb a bunch of chairs, when he could barely stand, he's one, to then successfully maneuver the bird head back in position.
So you were nervous about that he would get buttoned.
That's right. I didn't want him to get buttoned.
Okay. My top scare was being forced to relive trauma.
Drama?
trauma.
Trauma.
In the idea, like, imagine if you had to do this and, like,
Right.
your worst moments you had to relive.
Yeah.
And you couldn't change.
I was thinking about that. Like if we turn the head back and we had to go backwards, but if it went by day, that's fine. I would have another 32 years. I'd live to 64, but like obviously I'd go backwards. But
then you need to find that clock and set it into motion again, and then live the same ones again for the third time.
yeah, that would suck. Well, but he just went right back to the spot.
Yeah, because he slapped that good old ear button.
Yeah,
You could also probably skip ahead too, but you'd be very confused.
yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't really a scary book. That's something about this book too. It's not really a horror book at all.
no,
It's more Twilight Zone-ish,
yeah,
sci-fi kind of fantasy adventure.
yeah. It's like, will he undo this?
Yeah, there's nothing really. It's just like, I may not exist. Oh,
Yeah.
But like also like his tidy whities are being shown. It's
Yeah.
stakes are low. Who's your best addressed?
Probably my man Mike in his undies when
yeah,
all the ladies go to see him and he's in his little tidy whites.
Get him, man, get him.
Yeah, I think it's cute.
Get him. Yeah, get him.
How about you?
Mine is Tara,
Read.
who is the Joker.
Oh my gosh.
She's the Joker.
She is the Joker. She's an agent of chaos.
She's an agent of chaos, but she's the Joker.
My God.
Do you need more proof?
Yes.
On page 2, she's a skinny little squirt with a wide red mouth like a clown's and stringy green Joker hair that she wears in 2 pigtails. It may say brown, but I took that. He meant context clues. It meant green Joker hair.
That's unbelievable.
But then on page 26, as we all remember reading, no, I'm not. He likes it. See, he's smiling. She let go of the hind legs and grabbed him with one hand under his front legs. With the other hand, she lifted the corners of his mouth and stretched them into a pained smile. That's her doing it to the dog. Do you know who else does that?
The
Joker.
Why So Serious?
The Joker. Batman, DC Comics, The Joker.
Yeah. That's twisted.
You remember when you see The Joker, the movie The Joker, in it?
Yeah.
So in The Joker finds young Bruce Wayne, who becomes Batman, spoilers, and he makes him smile by putting his fingers in his mouth, and he makes him do a smile.
Yeah, I saw that movie and he did a crime and then he laughed.
That's not funny.
It's not funny. It's heinous. Twisted.
You see his bones in that movie?
Yeah.
He acted his bones so much.
Yeah, he looked like a pterodactyl.
He looked just like a bag of bones.
Yeah.
He looked like he was a tarp and the inner part of the gazebo broke.
Yeah.
And the gazebo is supposed to be shaped like a gazebo, a man gazebo.
Right.
But because a stick fell from a tree, it was windy, it's all fucked up.
Yeah.
He looks like an umbrella that went inside out at the beach.
He looks like a haunted umbrella.
He is. Why so serious?
Wee Batman.
Knock, knock.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's me, the Joker.
The Joker who?
Knock, knock. All right, so my best dressed is the Joker.
Cool. Alternate title?
Cuck cock of dew.
Yeah, I'm gonna go poo poo cocky dop.
my other one is antiquing killed my sister.
Nice, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing, so I'll stick with poo poo caca da.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck.
All right. And that ends another episode.
Wow, what a good episode.
If you enjoyed us talking about the weird things we learned from older people in middle school,
That's right.
that's great. You can give us a review on
Rate and
iTunes,
review.
Podcast, Apple Podcast, and give us a 5-star and let us know something about you, because we will do a Goosebumps death off the top of our domes for you.
That's right. We'll kill your ass.
We'll kill your ass. And unfortunately, we only have one review left that came in October.
Okay.
Do we want to kill this person now?
You can save it.
You want to save it? Let's save it, because we
Save
don't
it.
have any more. Get us some more.
Yeah, please rate and review us.
But Electro Cute 13, We're coming for you. We're coming for you next week.
That's right. Guess who's going to get Benjamin buttoned?
And we may have a guest, so maybe the guest will kill your ass too.
Yeah. Who knows?
Who knows?
Well, that's it. I hope everyone goes to see Sonic. We'll have another episode out before then, but
so we'll be able to get a good. Are you going to go see Sonic poll?
That's right.
Sonic Watch 2020.
Yeah. Ben Schwartz, my favorite comedian.
Is he the voice of Sonic?
Yeah. John Ralphio. Everyone still loves John Ralphio, right?
Can you pick one? Who, if you could pick anyone to voice Sonic out of anyone ever?
Wow. I guess I would probably say Vincent Van Gogh.
That was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
He's dead, though. Well, if I had to pick a dead person, it would be Stephen Hawking.
Oh, yeah. That's
Imagine. Got to go fast. Boo dudes.
Boo dudes.
Boo dudes.
Bye.
Got to go fast. Boo dudes.
Goodbye.
R.L. Stein. Go fast.